doing it. Uh, all right, I got 7. Somebody tell me if they can hear me. If it's too low, let me know. I'll turn it up. Fit. Now is the time to fix the levels. Okay, it's all good. All right, one more thing. Let me know if I got old nigga voice yet, because once that happened, I'm done streaming forever. So once I get there, it's wraps. Also, I'm not on colored nigga time, by the way. I'm on time. Got here at 10. I got the coffee done like 5 minutes ago. All good. Old coffee nigga voice, really? All right, that's acceptable. It's better than old nigga voice. Anyway, I think we can do it. We can do it. Ty City, if you here already, you told me to check my email. I did. I don't have anything from you. I ain't checked my email in months, dude. I never go in that bitch. So I did check. So if you send something, you're gonna have to resend it, or just let me know in the chat, because I don't have anything from you. Anyway, but if you're not here yet, don't worry about it. I'll just, if I see you in the chat, I'll say something. Like I said, Unc. Yo, Beasley. Who remember Beasley? He said Beasley. Damn. Oh, he live. I didn't know Ty City was live. If I knew, I don't be checking. I didn't check the nigga sphere today. If I did, if I saw him live, I would have just waited till he finished. Pause. That shit sounded diddy as fuck. I'm not waiting until nobody films. I'm just saying, if I knew he was live, I would have just waited. But anyway, all right. Yo, I don't even know how to start. So Gen Z, you niggas are taking L's. Y'all supposed to be better than us, man. Y'all man. Y'all niggas is taking L's. Before I get to that. Yeah, anyway. Yo. Now I'm gonna get on I'm getting on Gen Z top. Fuck that shit, because they deserve it. But contrary to what people sometimes like say, or probably more of them even think, I'm not big on perpetual conflict. In fact, I don't really like a lot of conflict. I just think conflict is necessary. Conflict is absolutely necessary. Without it, you can't resolve shit. Without it, that's how things get worse. You have to have conflict. You have no choice. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be violent, but sometimes the issue with conflict is that sometimes the only way you can resolve it is through like a violent resolve. Now, it doesn't mean you have to come to like throwing hands, but it does mean that you're gonna have to maybe have it out with somebody. Now, typically when I have conflict with people, it's permanent. We never go back to being friends. I've never had really a situation where I get into it with somebody and we go back to being friends after that. Some people have that. I haven't had the luxury of having that type of shit in my life. I ain't never had that situation where where I get angry at somebody and they get angry at me and we have it out and then we're still cool after that. I've never had that. I wish I had that. I mean, the only exception to that is my family members. And that's only because they're family members. And even then, I'll X niggas out in my family. So I just don't have that type of luxury. And I don't know what that feels like. And I probably got trauma behind that, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna trauma dump on a nigga because I don't feel like I need to resolve it through therapy and shit. It's just that I'm well aware that I probably have a more skeptical view of argumentation with people, because I lightly tap people when I talk to them, or if I am in conflict, I'm like fully aware that as soon as I have conflict with somebody, this shit could end and it's over with. So yeah, I probably do got some PTSD on that shit. But it's like, but then you think to yourself, right? Why does conflict have to end in this like violent resolve type of way? You ask yourself that question. It's because most people are fake as fuck. That's why. Look at what just happened out in the public, in the world. Look at the media folks and even some content people. Everybody shifting their opinions or their visible leanings. If you think the manosphere wasn't a big part of that shift, you probably like either new here or you not really paying attention, or you just dumb as fuck. Because the lingo is in the mainstream. The ideas have permeated to the common person. Everything is in the mainstream. The rhetoric has evolved to be more palatable without losing too much of its bite or too much of its focus or meaning. People have changed the language, but most people have taken the Samuelism route of speaking about this stuff and being more, I guess, politically correct or more verbally astute when stating ideas and stuff. And a lot of times that leads to a lot of lying, and it leads to a lot of jumbled ideas, or it leads to a lot of people using their personal anecdotal life to speak to a mass of people about the things that they probably not even doing. It's like when I make fun of like Fresh and Fit, for example. I make fun of them niggas because you got two ugly foreigners talking about how much they get bitches and how high value they are and all that. And you remember when Samuels was alive, he used to go on their show all the time and just, or he'll call in and they would give him special privilege. And they were all in line with everything he was saying, including the prostitution angle. And when the nigga died, they flipped and started talking about, well, don't do that, because they wanted to be on the cool boy side. But Samuels made it easier for them to leave the cool boy side of the argument and be all about like, treat hoes like hoes. But now it's different. But then you got you'll hear Myron talk to these hoes, right? And he'll say shit like guys like us, meaning high value niggas that are like, 1% of the population who actually can get bitches without the money or success or status they accumulated. All these niggas, he puts himself in the same category as these 5% niggas. And he'll say shit like guys like us. Well, and that is where I kind of look at and draw the line on the shit, where even though the lingo is in the mainstream, you still got content creators like that who they fuck the message up by not being honest, because they want to make themselves seem like they're part of that. And on a level, I understand that, because you don't want to be the guy who's on the bottom of the totem. You don't want to say that you're on the bottom of the totem pole or be this type of person you don't want to be the low man. So of course you're going to position yourself to be, put your best foot forward, so to speak. But that's part of the problem. Like when people are not honest, the people watching see the shit and they just kind of have to watch it and go, okay, fuck it. Everybody goes, I'll just let that slide. And then more and more of that starts to happen. And the audience is like, fuck it, I'll just let that slide. And pretty soon the people doing the content are just outright lying. And then they become absolutely delusional as the bitches that they talk about, to the degree where they place themselves in the percentage of rare niggas who can get away with the shit that they can't get away with. And that's what leads me to talking about the Gen Z niggas. Like, for example, you got the young boy Heisman winner. Hold on, I gotta take a sip for that. Young kid, Travis Hunter. I ain't know nothing about this kid till this bullshit happened. It took a bitch, right? So you got, what'd you hear in the manosphere for the last, 10 years, for some of y'all that's been here that long? All you've heard, you gotta get your success up. You gotta get your money together. You gotta get your You know, what do the fake niggas say on, you know, like, for example, the Fresh and Fits out here, they say make yourself more attractive by getting your money together, dress nice, put on a shirt, smell good, you know, get some hobbies, all this other shit. And I've been banging the drum for a long time, trying to tell niggas. I know niggas get tired of me saying it. I know they get tired of hearing it. It don't matter what you do on the outside. Yeah, some chicks gonna like it. Some chicks will have the ability to change their mind. But a lot of the times, outside of, I don't know, let's say a few, some of the chicks you're not attracted to might like that shit. But the ones you are attracted to, who are typically universally attractive, they don't give a fuck about your hobbies. They don't care. I mean, it's like I say Gen Z took an L because Gen Z niggas is still running on boomer logic. Gen Z niggas still run on boomer. Like a nigga like Travis Hunter, he should be literally treating every bitch he come across like prostitute. They shouldn't even be able to talk to this nigga without giving up something. Because at this point he got the ball, but see, that's the thing, right? He ain't got the ball. He got the ball when he playing football. I keep trying to remind niggas, if your looks ain't together, you fucking out of here. You're gonna have to accept where you are on the totem pole and move forward from that and not be too fucking upset about it. Or I mean, give up, nigga. Like for example, if you let's just say the young man gave up and he like, fuck it, this is the best I can do. I can't be mad at him. Nobody can if he know what he getting into. But most people around him saying, yo, no, dog, you fucking with the wrong bitch, blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure. But if he makes that decision, he know what he's doing, you gotta leave him alone. If he don't, then the people closest to him gonna have to, you know, snap him out of it because ain't nobody else gonna be able to snap him out of it. All this noise outside them cameras and shit, they don't give a fuck about that. Gen Z grew up in front of the camera. They don't give a fuck about that camera. That camera is regular shit. It's like the camera ain't on. So they don't really care about what it looks like in public. It is what it is for that generation. I mean, I can look at it and say it's an L because I mean it is. Because you need a bitch that's literally on. This bitch is showing the world that she don't fuck with you like that. That's the problem with it. Nobody even getting or just being somewhat of a simp for your girlfriend, that ain't even a big deal. It's just the fact that she's showing the world that she don't fuck with you like that. She can't even pretend to like you. That's the problem. That's the major problem. The bitch ain't even pretending. And that shit gotta hurt. That shit gotta hurt. You know, so but why is this even a thing? Why did this shit even make news for a week? Why are motherfuckers even talking about? Well, because it goes against everything people been taught or people been thinking for the last forever. You know, just be a great nigga. Be great at something. Like if this nigga can't make it, who can? Type shit. And people tell you to be great at shit. You are great at shit. This nigga at the beginning of his life, beginning of his career, about to probably be like one of the greatest to ever do it. This nigga's a fucking superhuman playing both sides of the football field. We gotta deal with a goofy bitch that don't like him. And then on top of that, the bitch been grooming him since he was underage. And then telling the world I didn't fuck with you until I found out who you were and what you were doing. Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. So I remember years ago when I used to tell niggas, because I used to play basketball in school, and I had teammates. This is tall ass, just like this 6'9" Slovenian nigga on our team, right? He used to always, like, we get ready to go out to a party or something, like a frat party or some shit. This nigga, you know, touching the chin, stroking the beard, you know, like, yeah, bitches like me. And we used to make fun of nigga, like, bro, bitches don't like you like that. Bitches think you going to the NBA. You fucking 6'9". They don't like you like, nigga, you look like Frankenstein. We used to shit on each other like that. Nigga did look like this. Nigga looked like he was put together by other ugly motherfucking faces, and he really started thinking that he was good looking because bitches was on his dick. Because he's 6'9", but and he getting looked at for the league. Like, duh. Yes, nigga. But we used to bring the nigga back down to earth, right? But we'll laugh about it because we knew what time it was. But I guess now the boomer infiltration then took too much of an effect. And now we at this point where you can be great at whatever and it don't matter. It don't matter. And then at the same time, what are we talking about when we talk about be great, right? Because I keep having to remind people, bitches don't care about your hobbies, man. I don't give a fuck what you do for a living. They don't care about your hobbies. You know, if your hobbies ain't directly benefiting them, they don't give a fuck about your hobbies. The only reason they care about niggas who hoop is because there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in sports. That's why. But they don't give a fuck about your nigga. You playing a kid's game for a living. They don't care about that shit. That ain't got nothing to do with them. When you on the court, you ain't paying no attention to them when you on the court. You don't give a fuck. Unless you Jordan Poole. And every time you make a shot, you looking at the fucking crowd, waiting on the bitch to wink eyes at. Okay, maybe it matters then. But for the most part, bitches don't care about your hobbies, man. You know, all you niggas that's out here building shit, they don't care about that shit. They don't care about how fast you run. They don't care about how fast you swim or how long you can breathe underwater. They don't give a fuck about your magic tricks. They don't care about your golf stroke. None of that shit. I mean, you might have a case if you can make a song. You might have a case if you can make a song. But them niggas we get broken up with. So, I mean, don't care about your hobbies, man. And that's frustrating. But now y'all niggas see what I've been saying for a long time. And it's in your face. It's in your fucking face. I mean, we just had an incident a couple years ago with a basketball nigga that the NBA shut that shit up, covered it up real quick, got it out of the way to give you niggas some fucking hope. You know, you had your boy Wiggins, you know, found out his fucking kids wasn't his after raising them for a decade. You want to end up like that nigga? He one of the greatest to ever do it himself. Got a championship, got a couple championships. You want to get Wiggins, nigga? That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, shit. Even let's go back even further. There's a nigga named Jimmy Butler that played for the Heat. He used to play for the Timberwolves here. And when he got here, he was bullying them niggas. He had a big 7'3" nigga on the team that got traded this year. A cat, Karl Anthony Towns. He was out here fucking with a thought bucket, and he thought that he was gonna marry this bitch after 2 months of fucking. Now think about it. 2 or 3 months of fucking a thought bucket and you trying to marry her. So Jimmy took it upon himself to educate the young, and he like, yo, that's a hoe. No, man, she different. And Jimmy was like, oh, okay, so you think she different than all the other hoes that you was fucking with? Yeah, she different. We talk. We know each other. So Jimmy fucked her. And then brought him the evidence on some smell my finger shit. And that ended the relationship. You want to know why he did that? I mean, yeah, it was some grizzly shit. It was some bully shit. But he did it to teach the nigga a lesson. You're fucking with a hoe, nigga. It's 3 months fucking with a hoe and you think you finna marry her. Now, there's a lot of ways to look at that, right? What 7'3" popular hooping nigga that get bitches would be inclined to marry the first hot thought bucket he runs into? Would that indicate somebody who has experience with hoes since he was in high school? Does that indicate that type of experience? Does that mean he was like this player ass nigga in school? His whole, you know, he's so used to bitches, you know, or does that indicate a dunce, a dummy, a nigga with no experience? Like all you niggas that think people that play sports have this magical amount of game because they've been exposed to bitch because they was popular. How many of you niggas still think that? All the sports niggas you see around the world that keep getting their pockets ran through, y'all all think they got this great game and experience with bitches, right? That's y'all opinion. That's your thought. And you think that you know that gives you hope. Just be great at the sport. Bitches gonna fuck with you. You're gonna get used to it, and then when you get older, you're gonna be able to handle the hoes. But you keep seeing story after story after story after story of these niggas getting taken down over and over and over again. All because they got boomer logic. These boomer logic niggas. This we're dealing with a whole generation of boomer logic niggas that think that they gonna make it based on some accomplishment as some shit that bitches don't care about. Now, again, the things that we care about, we can make a big deal of them, get award shows, build statues for niggas, give them their flowers, create Hall of Fames, all of that. We do that for ourselves. We do that to remember each other. We do that to remember greatness because men like that. We appreciate that because it makes us want to be better. And then I'm gonna repeat, that ain't got shit to do with a bitch. Nothing. So anyway, I just wanted to beat that shit over your head real quick. Just let you know I ain't forgot. Stop believing in magic, niggas. Anyway, so outside of that, like I said, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about with the manosphere rhetoric. The rhetoric in the manosphere is getting more and more palatable outside the space. Like you even got JD Vance, who sounds like a manosphere nigga out here, and he's the vice president. That lets you know how much the information or the ideas or the opinions have permeated into real life. I mean, but with the fake as fuck people who keep infiltrating one side, because if y'all remember, right, the election was a month ago. Prior to that month, the liberals had the ball, like to the point where, and they still got the ball. Like don't get it twisted. They still got the ball, but they had the ball so much that they had damn near universal bow down consensus. Everything you saw out in public was like, be on the right side of history. All these niggas that you see right now switching their positions, they was all on the team. And how quickly we didn't forgot about COVID. The staggeringly fast inflation where everything from food, clothing, shelter, and even fun costing you a small fucking fortune. And all of this and the inflation is rising faster than your wages. And that doesn't matter if you was a wage earner or independently employed. You could have been a CEO or an investor or whatever the fuck, but you saw inflation rising faster than you could, keep ahead of it as far as your earning potential went. Even rich people started feeling that shit. But now we got Elon out here bullying niggas with the checkbook, threatening to buy up news companies and shit. Oh, y'all gonna keep doing this shit? I'll just buy it and then we'll change it. Now everybody's scared, but it takes that much money. It takes that much power. But let that be another lesson to you. You got to get your money to a position to where they can't take you off your cash. You have to be able to have enough money. Your money has to come from like infrastructure sources where they can't take it from you. Because that's where they hurt you. That's why I'm still anonymous for the most part. It's like the only way to stop, and this is why they had the bow down. This is why the bow down was damn near universal, because it's like they can stop you from talking because they can take your livelihood away. That's how they do it. So if they can it gets you to shut the fuck up, because it's like, you want to lose your job behind this shit? You want to lose your job behind your opinion? I sure the fuck don't. Sure, I would like people to know the truth. Of course I want people to know the truth. Of course I would. Yeah, if I could speak in public, and I would even go so far as speaking the same way I do in business meetings. Clean up the curse words, get the ideas down to a concise paragraph or two, and start a discussion. I do that, but the problem is you can't. It doesn't matter how cleanly you speak or how concisely you speak or how directly you speak. They don't care about that. They want you to shut the fuck up. Don't talk about it. Let us get this, or we're going to take your fucking money away from you. And once they take your money away, then they can just get you. Then they can really get you the fuck out of here. Because when you broke and destitute, it's only a matter of time before they just, somebody just come through and get you you either gonna go to jail or really get the fuck out of here permanently. And there ain't nobody gonna care because nobody's gonna know you. Nobody's gonna know who the fuck you are. I'll give you an example. Andrew Tate was the most famous nigga in the world for almost a year. There has been literally almost no news on this motherfucker. There's probably thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that don't even know who he is anymore. Or people who hadn't run into his content that don't even know who the fuck he is. You understand how powerful this shit is? When they want to get rid of you, they get rid of you. And the easiest thing to do is to go after your pockets, because that's going to get you to shut the fuck up the fastest. Kanye West was one of the most famous individuals in the world. This nigga was like Michael Jackson status famous. Michael Jordan, all the Michaels, Mike Tyson. They removed that nigga. You don't hear about this nigga. He dropped a couple albums, and they were good albums. They're good albums. Can't front on it. But so that nigga out of here. Moved his ass into irrelevance. The only people that care about this nigga are fans, real fans. I'm talking about the mainstream, the people he accessed once he got really famous. All them nigga gone. It's like, you gotta understand. So they come after the money. I mean, they almost did it to your boy Tangerine, 47. I mean, the first thing they tried to do was take his money away with the lawsuit. Remember that? And then he got the money back through the campaign for like individual, the same way Obama did it. Basically, individuals and companies was, giving him campaign money. So he got his money right back. It didn't make a difference. So they sued him for almost $1 billion or some shit like that. I forget the amount. And he got it all back. Because the point was to take his money away so he couldn't run, and then take his money away so he couldn't run his business, and then get him the fuck out of here. Make sure he can't pay his bills, take all the shit away from him, and then kill him or put him in jail. Or both. That was the plan. It just backfired. But that's the plan. And that's the plan all the time. So yes, that's why I don't fucking cam up, because I keep repeating to a lot of people, the people that you see cammed up trying to become famous off this relationship talk, these are niggas with nothing to lose. You have to understand that. I'll keep repeating that forever. Like these are niggas with nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. The YouTube bag that's it. It's this or nothing. It's this or making sandwiches for strangers in a restaurant. It's this or fry cook. It's this or put packages on the back of a semi truck and watch it leave. You understand? So this one is this or some type of hustle job. You cannot trust permanent YouTube niggas. You know? So I'm saying, so all of these, so it's just like when I watch this shit, what does what I look like have to do with, I don't know, bread being more expensive than gas? What does my fucking face have to do with that? Just a question. So when you hear niggas on that shit, you just got, and then I'm like, why is it so important anyway? Why like sometimes I hear niggas call into these shows and want to get up there so bad and then they expose themselves, and the next thing you know, they fucking out of here, or they get roasted and chopped up. Niggas are goofy. So anyway, man, I'll rant. Sorry about that. So anyway, like I'm saying, the left still got the ball, right? And all the people who used to be, loud and they were the puppets, with the hand up their ass for a long time. Now all these motherfuckers seem to be shifting, and that's just a farce. They're doing the same thing that got them into power in the first place. They just infiltrate via jobs, and I mean blow jobs. What I mean is that they sucking dick to get entry again. Like, you got Fat Uger from the Young Turks. You got Anna Crazy Bitch, Screaming A Bitch, Weird Morgan, all the rest, all these niggas. They just sucking dick to stay relevant while they prepare for their turn again. That's all. I've seen this shit in the manosphere where you have niggas. So you'll have a content creator or somebody that they have like ideas or whatever it is they believe in, or their opinions are strong, right? They have strong opinions. And you'll have people that surround themselves around them, with the idea that they are of like mind. So we're like-minded. But they're not. The people, the panelists are not like-minded. They're there just to infiltrate because at some point they're gonna try and they have this goal of trying to change the content creator's mind. If I can just stick her, they think they're on this fucking grand mission to be a hero. They think they're a fucking hero. If I can stick around this nigga long enough, then I'll be able to tell him my ideas and change his mind about this because it's not so bad. It's really not that bad. I think he's just hurt and he needs somebody to care about what he's saying. And then I can just get my ideas out there and then he'll understand how I feel and then he'll change his mind. Like you see all of the entertainment being bitchified and niggas being gay everywhere and all that, and you notice it or point it out, and then you got panelists up there every day like, yeah, man, that's crazy, and then at some point during y'all conversations, that nigga be like, yeah, but that ain't really that bad, this it was a good show, and no, nigga, no, it's not. You see this shit all the time. They accept the bullshit and then they want you to accept the bullshit. And they think it's their mission to make you accept the bullshit. And I think that's weird. You have people that hang around just to, I don't know, it's like they waiting on an opportunity to change you. And they'll stick around they'll stick around forever. I seen this shit happen to BGS. They will stick as long as it takes to try and convert you. These are the greatest evangelists I ever seen in my fucking life. And it's very weird. So anyway, that is what these pundits and shit all over TV are doing. They're trying to make you think that they've switched positions. They happy that the pendulum is swinging a little bit back from the left, just a little bit. And now they know that they free to talk. This is the problem with having your job depends on the political whims of people who don't give a fuck about you. And again, and the left had the ball, and they go, and all that's happening right now is they letting the infiltrators come back. They letting all these people who were against them come back, right? So all that's gonna do is make the 2.0 version of this even better. They're gonna win in the end. Because they never get crushed. They never get kicked out the club. They never get shut out. They never get stopped from doing their bullshit. Never. They always get allowed back. Somebody got to bring them back. Every fucking time. And eventually they win. Because they get to keep living. Not only do they get to keep living, but nobody takes away their shit. Nobody takes away their job. Nobody takes away anything from them. They get to keep everything. And then they get to be around you knowing that as soon as they get the upper hand again, they're going to get your ass the fuck off the court. But you don't do that to them. And I see that out in the world. Not only do I see that out in the world, but I see that in the manosphere as well. And I also see it just in general life in public. I see this shit happen to people in basketball and shit, people who known each other for years or family members, or you got these people where it's always like one side is trying to play the, take the high road and the other side is not. But this goes back to why when I have conflicts with people, it always ends permanently. Because I don't want to be around somebody that I know is just waiting to fuck me over later. On some, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we just had a misunderstanding, my bad, I didn't know what you meant, now I know what you mean. No, nigga, you knew exactly what the fuck I meant. And then they just wait. And once they get the upper hand, fuck you. Blow your fucking head off if they could. On from their side, the resolve is permanent. They'll fucking kill you, but you won't kill them because you're a bully. Anyway, that type of thinking is the most frustrating shit I've ever seen. And I've known this from a young age, which is why I've never had again, like I said, I know people can work that out. I know people, they'll have their differences, they'll hash it out, and then they back friends. I've never had the luxury of that because I know what that means. When you have when you have like friendship ending conflict with people, it's because they don't fuck with you like that. That's really what that is. And y'all can get to a place of understanding and respect, but that don't mean that person don't fuck with you like that. That don't mean shit. It's like when I have business interests with people, I keep that shit strictly on business interests. I don't want to fucking know you. I don't want to kick it with you after work. I don't want to go to a happy hour, nigga, if I don't like you. I don't want to do none of that. I don't give a fuck about what you do when you leave. I don't want to know about your kids' birthdays. I'm not finna like your goddamn post on Facebook. None of that. We work together. I don't give a fuck if I went into business with somebody on some investment shit. Nigga, my money is in here. The shit better perform. I don't need to talk to you. We both have a mutual interest in making money off of this investment. We don't need to get cozy. Fuck you. I mean, again, I don't start off that way either. It's more, I'm more friendly with everybody that I meet off top. But when you start having conflict with people, you gotta nip that shit in the bud. You gotta understand that there's always a reason behind the conflict. Y'all can have a difference of opinion, and that's fine. Like, everybody has a difference of opinion. You can argue with people all the time. I'm talking about straight up the type of conflict where it's like, nah, nigga, fuck that type of conflict. So anyway, and that's what happened to your boy 47. He had the kind of conflict where niggas took a shot at him in public. Now, it couldn't be me because I'm a petty, sneaky nigga. I will tell you I'm not gonna do anything. In public, I will tell you no. Everything is all good. Water under the bridge. But actually, I'm finna get you the fuck out of here. Couldn't be me. But that's why I'm not in politics, and that's why I would never be, because I'm not built for that. I'm not built to be around people that I know got a knife in their pocket and they can't wait to get hem my fucking liver up and twist it. I can't. I actually call people out for that type of shit. Like, I'm the type of person I would go, I know you got the knife on you and I know you want to kill me. Now, let's just get on the same page. I'm more of the type of person that I can deal with you not liking me, but let's not hide it. That's how I am. If you don't fuck with me, I need to know it, and then we can do shit together. Because now I can respect the fact that I can even ask you, why don't you fuck with me like that? What did I do to you? I can ask you that. If you give me a reason, I'll say, okay, cool. Now, what does that have to do with us getting to the bag? You understand? That's the type of person I am. I can deal with people not fucking with me as long as I know you got the knife on you. And I think everybody should be like that. The world would be a better place. And I'll give you an example of that working. So y'all know most states, well, not most, but a lot of states in the United States have concealed carry laws or open carry laws for guns, right? It's better to know that everybody got a gun, because then everybody can behave. Everybody can be cool. It's better that way. If you know everybody got it on them, then people are going to be more respectful. And not fake respectful, but real respectful, actual respectful. You know, it's better when everybody has the ability to kill everybody, because now we don't have to play games with each other. We can get some real shit moving. Now we don't have to play them. And that's why, like, when I used to do streams and I used to tell niggas they wasn't ready for the cratocracy, I meant that. Most niggas are not ready for the cratocracy. Niggas act like it. You got a bunch of buck niggas around here acting like they ready for the cratocracy because all they care about is pussy. That ain't got shit to do with your resolve. Resolve is being able to distance yourself from these fake ass feelings you might have about people. Like, if someone had if someone had a problem with me, right? And it was more not a problem, but a life-ending problem, and they made a threat. We have to do this now. Neither one of us can go home. This got to be handled right now. And I used to get into a lot of fights when I was younger because of that type of attitude. We're not leaving. Neither one of us is leaving because you just made a threat. And since you made a threat, I'm going to take it serious, and we not leaving. We got to do something. And one of us going to get fucked up. But this shit got to happen now. But there is reasons for that. I was raised by 3 niggas that didn't play around. As military niggas. So, man, look, I'm not the nigga walking around bullying motherfuckers. I'm not like a super tough nigga. I just more raised with some values that I can't go back on. For example, my uncles taught me and my brothers that you don't wear, like, I didn't wear jerseys growing up. I didn't wear sports jerseys growing up. I never had the number 23 on my back with Jordan across it. And he was the most popular basketball player in the world. Because I would get my ass whooped. If I came home with a goddamn sports jersey on, I would get punched. The niggas in my family is not gonna have that. You don't wear another nigga name on your back. You might as well let him fuck your bitch. You can't do that. So I don't have that type of shit. I don't have that type of attitude towards niggas. I don't look at niggas like they God just because they made a song or because they dunked the ball or because they ran a touchdown from the other side. I don't got them type of feelings. Because once you start to have those type of feelings, you can't be mad when people place you on a spot in the totem pole that you don't like. You can't be mad and run online and start talking about whole behavior when you didn't already put yourself underneath another nigga foot or underneath another nigga dick. If you think another nigga better than you, nigga, then why you complaining about bitches? You get leftovers. You got a nigga jersey on your back. You get leftovers. You don't get to complain. You don't get to talk about what bitches doing and what they doing wrong when you fucking exalting other people. That nigga's a human just like you. And men supposed to be respectful of each other and rational. We're supposed to be the more rational of the genders. We're supposed to be the most rational of the species. But yet we seem to do the most homoerotic, gay, emotional shit. Don't idolize niggas. You can respect what they do without idolizing them. Take the fucking jersey off, nigga. Anyway. My bad. That was an old nigga rant. So I bring this up because So now that the white dudes then got a little bit of their power back, they're starting to smell themselves again. Okay? So the high IQ, low IQ conversation is back full-time. Full-time employment, nigga. And it's another scoreboard conversation. It's just like the conversation with the bitches. It's a scoreboard conversation. Nothing you say is going to matter with this high IQ, low IQ shit. You can be right, and it don't matter. They're the majority, and they winning. So you lose. You lost the war a long time ago, and you ain't did shit after that. And nothing you bring to the table matters because scoreboard, nigga. Scoreboard. You can't argue the IQ shit. You can, but you can't. Like I could argue IQ against people, but it don't matter. It don't matter if I'm right. Scoreboard. They winning. They get to say you low IQ because you ain't did shit in the last 100 years. Now, granted, you've been held back for the last 100 years. You've been held back. Most of the things that you do produce get stolen or taken away from you. You know, when we were pets of white people, if you did display any intelligence, you would get fucking killed. In fact, if you were a good-looking slave, you would get killed. We all know that, but it don't matter because scoreboard. Stop arguing this fucking IQ shit with white people. We gotta just ignore it because you're not winning that conversation. Most times when I hear niggas talking about this IQ conversation, they try to talk about how it's genetic. IQ isn't genetic. The genetic thing about IQ is being born healthy enough to have a brain that is healthy, so you can have faster synaptic processes and shit. Most of IQ is your environment. If we were to look at like let's just say you were an astute nigga arguing with a white boy about IQ, right? What are we talking about? So first of all, what are we talking about as white people? Are you niggas claiming all the Italians, all the Germans? Are y'all claiming everybody with skin lighter than light? Y'all claiming everybody with pasty skin? That qualifies as white? Well, of course you win the IQ argument. There's just more. There's going to be a whole stratosphere of IQ points, and y'all gonna have the highest because you got the most people, and you're gonna have the lowest because you got the most people, and you're gonna have the most because you got the most people. Because you're claiming everything, you're claiming everybody that's white. But if we get more specific, where do all the mathematicians come from? India. Where did the engineers come from? Germany. Where did the physicists come from? Israel. Where did the botanists and agriculturalists come from? Africa. So, but even knowing all of this, it's pointless to engage in conversation about it with white people because this is a hammer that they use, and now that they smelling themselves. And the reason they get to do this is real simple. Niggas had a period within the last 20 years to assert themselves. We started getting our way. Now, one of the things, we had a caveat to that, right? Because the gay and trans community was using black male civil rights as a way to shoehorn their agenda adjacent to ours, which made niggas more friendly to gay shit and all the rest. That's why you see all these niggas, they fucking gay tight clothes wearing ass feminists. During that period of power that we had, instead of going on in the media talking about we need more movie roles or we need more fucking representation in media, instead of that, we should have been abusing our power to get more niggas into engineering. That's where we could have made a lot of money. Not only that, but engineering is the closest job to infrastructure that you can get. We could have positioned ourselves greatly within the last 20 years. And guess what? You could have kept your fucking cool shit going. You can be the cool engineer. Most niggas I run into in real life don't even know I'm an engineer. Niggas think I do everything but engineer until I tell them. When I tell them, oh, you an IT for real? And then it's for real? How, nigga? What? You don't look like an IT. What? All the niggas could have kept their fucking cool points and went into engineering at the same time. You can do both, niggas. You can do both. But no. What do we want to do? Look cool. Look good. Look cool. All our shit is for show. So stay out that IQ argument. Just stay out of it. We're not winning that, man. It's just like trying to argue with a bitch over rights. You're not winning that. They up on the scoreboard. Whatever you say don't matter. It's like, so what, nigga? You can argue with them about their bad behavior. Look at the new nigga podcast that come on. Like, we're gonna have a nigga wiggle tomorrow morning. They're gonna go into a topic of serious relationship cinematic universe discussions tomorrow, right? They're gonna go into all of that. And the bitch is gonna lie to him and act like we just want a man and good man, and we believe the same thing men do, and we just want a good man, but men aren't responsible, and all that shit. Bullshit. It's scoreboard conversations, like, because as soon as you call them out on their bullshit, the first thing you're gonna go to is, well, you want to fuck. And then the man goes, well, you want to fuck just as much as I want to fuck. Sure, nigga. Why not? Let's just go ahead and say that. But you lose because you want to fuck. I go fuck an electronic bean, but you gonna still be dry dick, and eventually you gonna have to come to me, nigga. That's how they get you. So you can't have this, like, it's the same shit. The conversation that niggas is having with bitches about their behavior and all of that, it's the same conversation you would have with white people about the IQ. You can't have it. You're losing. You're on the underside of the scoreboard, and it don't matter what you saying, don't matter if you right, you lose. Fuck out of here. Stop talking to these niggas about that shit. I mean, here's something that you could say to white motherfuckers trying to have that conversation. If you niggas are so high IQ, how the fuck y'all can't figure out feminism? Why? Why y'all can't figure that out? If you niggas are so high IQ, how come y'all can't figure out feminism? That's all you need to do. You ain't got to worry about it. Cause the one thing niggas do get to beat over people's heads since they stuck on it, because the world is stuck on it. If bitch validation is all that matters, if they hit you with the IQ, just hit them over the head with the bitch, because they still lose. I mean, it's gonna be a hard one because niggas simp harder for the bitch than anybody, but you can use it. You can use it, because them niggas ain't figured it out yet. Neither of niggas, but they haven't either. But see, that's the point. The onus ain't on you to figure out feminism, because remember, they high IQ. They so high IQ, they ain't figured it out yet. They can't solve it. In fact, their way to solve feminism is to kill people that don't look like them. And then you could ask them, okay, well, you niggas had a monoculture back in the day. Y'all was living on your own island, and it was all white people. You niggas was the most violent motherfuckers in the world. How come y'all couldn't figure it out then either? So getting rid of the other colored people ain't gonna help you, my nigga. You already tried that and you lost. You can hit them back, but don't engage. Don't engage in that IQ conversation. Leave that shit alone. These niggas ain't figured it out, and they won't figure it out. And neither will you. So anyway, what I found out of the world, man, is that people will forgive you if you tell them a lie that they can get behind. They don't have to believe it. They just have to get behind it. But niggas will never forgive you for telling the truth. And somebody said that before more eloquently than I did. And I forget the name of the person. But that is the truth. This is why religious books are written in allegorical format. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about why not write a religious book in a direct way that's true to the belief system versus stories of heroism and failure? Why you need all the theatrics? Why you need the theatrics for information? that's supposed to be beneficial for you as a person. Why do you need that? I mean, I got thoughts on it. But what do y'all think? Nobody? Well, I guess that's a question for another stream then. Well, we don't have to go into that, but I do want to cover that, but I'm not going to cover that today. That's too much. But just think about that though, right? Why do you need to? Yeah, too hard to put. Yeah, too hard to put. Why do you need that? Why does this shit have to be written in so much theatrical language? You know, y'all ever wondered why religion is so centered around women? Who read the Bibles in here? Who read all of the major Bibles? I read all of them. How many people? I need to read them again because I forgot a lot of information in the Bibles. I mean, a lot of the Torah was great because it went more in depth about angels and shit. You know, and I saw angels as hitmen. You know, because you only saw them when you were about to die. You either saw them when you were dying of something, and then they came to collect you, or you saw them when they was about to fuck you up. They always came to get the body. Angels was catching bodies like shit. You ever notice that? But I need to go back and read the Bibles, man. I read the King James version, read the Israeli version, well translated. I probably lost a lot in translation because I don't speak Hebrew. You know, I read the Quran, translated again. And there's two versions of that one. There's two versions of the Quran. I read both of those. But again, translated when I was in college because I had to do that for philosophy classes. I was studying. So in philosophy and psychology, there's what's called chaos theory. It's also a physics. It's also a physics matter. So in all of these, so think of chaos theory like this. The basic premise is that the natural state of the universe is chaotic. So let's just say you hold in a cup, like I hold my cup of coffee. Are you holding the cup of coffee or are you preventing it from hitting the ground? That's just the basic. I mean, that's about as rudimentary as of a description as I can give it. But that's chaos theory. And you have first order chaos and second order chaos. First order being things that's out of your control that happen, and then second order being things that are also outside of your control but happen as a result of things that happened before it. Like weather systems. Weather systems are second order chaos. You can't predict the weather. If you could, then you could move it into first order chaos because it's predictable. You know it's going to happen. So anyway, I am going to get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna leave it short about an hour so it's more digestible. We can do a panel tomorrow because I'm not doing shit tomorrow. My kid is sick, and I really don't have a lot of projects on. Work and shut down for the year, and we can just hang out. So anyway, I will holler at y'all tomorrow.